Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather now with Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca.
You know, it was an interesting day. We had another round of rain this morning. Got about 1/3 of an inch in Santa Cruz, but not a lot elsewhere.
No, mostly drizzle for us over on the peninsula.
In Salinas, too, we had just a couple hundredths of an inch, but Santa Cruz got another dose. Good for you guys out there. But it was done by around maybe 1 p.m. I think most of us were dry after that. Let's take a look at our sunset from Salinas tonight. Just a few clouds to finish off a day with pretty seasonable temperatures. Again, a few spots were a little cool for this time of year, but we did get to 69 in Bradley in southern Monterey County. Hollister reached 65, and we were in the mid-60s on the north side of the bay with northwesterly downsloping winds kicking in, so that pushed you up over Salinas today. Even with wind off the water in Monterey, you still managed a 62, so not too shabby. And you know, with the drier air mass in place, would expect it to almost be a little bit colder than it is right now, but we're still fairly mild. 54 in Monterey, for example, at this hour. Down to the 40s this hour in Marina and Watsonville. But a lot of 50s out there still tonight. As we do have a little bit of wind, it's helping not really allow our inversions to develop all that strongly. Right now, as we look at our clouds and visibility, we do have a few low clouds trying to develop along the Gabilan Range, up in the Santa Lucias as well, probably over some of our southern valleys in Monterey and San Benito counties. And that is expected, as we do still have some remnant moisture from the last couple of weak systems that have come through. But for the most part, I'm expecting mostly clear skies overnight. That does take us through sunrise tomorrow, which is at 7:20 a.m. Little fog possible in the valley bottoms, but that is only where the wind dies down. And wind is going to be a big issue over the next couple days. But let's focus on our future track clouds first. As we wake up tomorrow morning, going to expect a mostly clear start to our Wednesday. So a lot of sunshine to kick off the day. A few clouds over the hills, but that's about it. And really, throughout the day tomorrow, a lot of sunshine. We'll have a few thin high clouds passing through, maybe a couple bubbly clouds over the hills, and that's about it. So should be a pretty nice one out there, but let's actually focus on those winds here, and we'll forward things to around 11 a.m. tomorrow. Not a lot of wind. We'll have a little bit in our northern valleys like in Morgan Hill and down into the southern valleys, but around the bay it won't be too bad wind-wise. But the northerly winds really kind of strengthen as we head through the latter portion of the day. We're starting to see wind gusts to 25 miles per hour, Morgan Hill, Gilroy, up at the Pinnacles by 3 p.m. tomorrow, and then it starts to pick up closer to the coast as well tomorrow evening. So a little bit of wind tomorrow. Will be windy at times, especially over the ridge tops. We're really starting to pick up. And then one thing I've noticed really starts to pick up overnight tomorrow night into Thursday morning, especially up over the hills. We're seeing some of those higher gusts. We see the little belts that kind of mimic the mountain ranges there. So I do expect quite a bit of wind over the hills overnight tomorrow night into Thursday morning. That wind does mix down, I think, into Thursday afternoon to Santa Cruz. Look, we see those gusts of 34 miles per hour on Thursday in the mid-morning hours. So that will definitely be a warm start to the day on Thursday. Once those winds really take off and come down the hill into Santa Cruz, you're going to get some serious offshore flow, and would not be surprised to get us into the 70s pretty quickly on Thursday late morning or the early afternoon. We'll still have offshore northeasterly winds as we head through the day, latter day Thursday, and those will slowly die down late Thursday night into Friday. So really, I think the strongest winds will be overnight, Wednesday into Thursday. Right now, no alerts outside of that advisory in Santa Clara County. Wouldn't be surprised to see the Santa Cruz Mountains looped in, but I don't make that call. So even if you're not expecting widespread wind damage, but we could see a few issues, I think, in the Santa Cruz Mountains, even down to the coast in Santa Cruz early in the day on Thursday, which is an area that I've picked out for some of those higher winds. Tomorrow, though, just a little bit on the windy side. Again, it'll be stronger on Thursday morning. We're still going to get you to 67, though, in Santa Cruz with those offshore winds. Same in Capitola, at least mid-60s, and Aptos in the mid-60s tomorrow as well. So a nice warm day for you folks. Wattsville to Salinas to Hollister, mid to upper 60s tomorrow. A little bit cooler along the south shore of the bay, where we'll be in the low 60s and maybe even staying in the 50s in PG with the wind coming in straight off the water. And then down south, we'll get you into the mid to upper 60s for the most part. So not a bad day tomorrow, pretty seasonal, maybe slightly warm for this time of year, but we'll continue to see the wind here for the next couple days, and we warm up quite a bit more on the coast on Thursday with those more northeasterly winds, on average close to 70 degrees. Winds die down Friday. We're still holding those temps into the weekend, a little bit cooler with onshore flow resuming, at least in the low levels. May bring a few low clouds back into the picture, but we're going to stay dry over the next 7 days. Inland areas, much bigger temperature swing here as we head into our average 70s. Look at next Monday, 77 average temperature inland. We're making that transition from our cool and rainy season back toward, you know, that other time of year when it's not cool and rainy. Veronica.
Okay, thanks, Dan.